Ah, Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world of darkness. Welcome once again to Raid Across New York, the Wildwood venue. Tonight's scene is, it's sleeping time actually right now for certain people. People that don't rave all night long. Lupuses with priorities, like sleep. Sleep is nice. Even if, there are dark things that lurks in the dark right now. And tonight's scenes sees, dear Kotori asleep after having kind of an exhausting uh, day, having learned that Smiles in the Night is living, and on the other hand, that his cub might return. So, you know, and he also challenged Alan for Denfire position. So right now, actually, we're not really in the set. We're somewhere else, in a place that Mr. Stewart will explain to us. Mr. Stewart, you are muted.
Now that we can communicate quite awesomely, we find ourselves not in a physical place, not by any stretch of the imagination. What we do find ourselves is in a place of total imagination, or at least the imagination of the subconscious. My dear best friend has gone ahead and rested his weary head. And when he does so, he lets himself be open to a different consciousness, an altered state of being. His mind goes ahead and flies up into the dream time where all dreamers go, and well, tis the blessings of Chimera and the blessings of the Gibbous Moon that allows some Garu to go ahead, walk around these dream bubbles, pick one of them, and dive right in, which is what is currently happening right now.
And as as our dear dear Galliard enter Kotori's dream, he can see that he is in a forest right now. A forest pretty much like those that you can see in the north of the United States, with tall trees, the grass. The grass is so nice and green. Actually, it seems more pleasant than real life grass, probably because this is a dream, and after all, dreams are made of cotton candy and things sweet and nice. He can see in the distance mountains, mountains that if he well, mm, if he knows pretty much his geography, he would probably recognize some things. Actually, there seems to be faces on those mountains, but
Oh,
that is left to interpretation. Yes.
is it the big one or is it the four little?
The four little.
Well, Alan finds himself staring at Mount Rushmore and the moral there and just certainly curses to himself. Well, fuck. Isn't that just a big old stinker to everybody? Okay. Alan's story at this moment is sort of outfitted for a brisk hike into the mountains. He's got his backpack on. He's got his walking stick as well. He's wearing some cargo pants. Um, fairly plaid jacket. I mean, it's the plaid jacket. It's as plaid as you can possibly be.
Mhm.
And his trademark rose-tinted glasses. He's going to start hiking. He's looking for somebody.
Mhm. As you go through this forest that is pretty vivid, you continue your way as you start to see that the terrain change. It becomes more rocky as you arrive near those mountains, and you hear fainted sounds of paws that are marching into your direction as something is making the leaves on the ground moves and the bushes. Something is going into your direction, it seems.
Alan is going to go ahead and turn around and plant his stick firmly in front of him with his back towards a tree and see what's coming at him.
And it is coming. The bushes, they rustle. They rustle hard as this thing is going to come out of it. And it's, oh my God!
A
It's a pup.
cuddly puppy. Or at least a wolf pup.
Exactly. As it looks at you, cocks his head on the side, and say, "Hey, yes, yes,
Hi. 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 Who are you?
me,
Yeah.
yes, yes, I." He looks up, looks on the right, looks on the left, as if he's trying to find his name somewhere. And after a few seconds, he looks back at you and say, "Gaze at the stars." Yes.
Okay, gaze at the stars. Where you come from?
The bushes. Yes, I come from the bushes.
Can you lead me to where you were?
It cocks his head on the side. He comes to you and starts to sniff your shoes, sniff your pants, and he's like, "Yes, yes, follow."
Alan goes ahead and takes a small baggie out of his pocket. It seems to be full of meat. Ham, actually. Starts to push the meat out of the plastic and put it in front of him. For you.
Nom, 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 nom. As he starts to eat the ham at full speed, he goes full ham. And after eating this nice food, he goes and say, "Yes, follow, yes."
And Alan will try to follow.
And Gaze of the Stars starts to roam into the bushes as he is happily trotting ahead of Alan, guiding him, God's know where, probably somewhere. There has to be
Probably.
somewhere to go. And as he continues his journey through this forest, there's something that seems to change, something that seems to be different. The surrounding of the forest starts to change to become, well, a little bit lifeless, grim. The air is becoming more sour. The colors seems to fade from this vivid forest as the pup guides you to a place where you see wolf bones around a pound of water, but it's not really water, it's blood. The bones are in a small puddle of blood, and the puppy is guiding you to it.
He literally guides me to the puddle of blood with wolf bones.
Yes.
Okay then. How recent do these remains seem to be?
Well, they seems. You would say they seems old, but this is a dreamscape. Pretty much, you would say it's a symbol of death. Pretty much more than accurate medicine.
I've got that. I got that. Alan's gonna
Mhm.
go ahead and take a knee by the pool of blood and the bones, look to gazes at the stars, and simply say, "Is there any more of you?"
And his face becomes more sad and grim, and he says, "No, I'm alone. Little
Hmm.
sister, White Paws, she's gone. She left me.
Would
I
you like a
am."
friend?
He cocks his head on the side. I don't have friends. What is friends?
A friend is a person that you walk with and you guide, and sometimes you do favors for each other.
It's back.
Yes.
He thinks a little bit and says, I would like Pack. I was told to wait. I wait. I wait for stone teeth.
You have waited for Stone Teeth. How long have you waited for Stone Teeth?
Mm, do not know. Moon. I heard Howl saying that I had to wait, and that the one that is named Stonefang will come to me and take me. Why are you here?
I'm here to find somebody and to speak with him. Um, I don't suppose you would know a wolf by the name of Katori, do you?
He cocks his head on the side and he says, mm, name doesn't say a lot, but know that there is Howl. Yes, follow Howl. Howl will guide. Yes, she will guide you to Older. She will guide you to where you want to go.
All right. Thank you. You've been so very, very kind to me when the world really hasn't.
And you hear a howl ringing in the distance as you see another wolf who arrive bigger, who looks at you but doesn't seem to notice you. He just arrives and takes the young wolf in his jaws and take him away. And you then see on one of the branches, you see a howl that is looking at you.
He's just looking at me.
Yes, she is looking at you as if puzzling as what you are doing here and what you wish to do.
I just look at the owl. I sort of like shrug my shoulders in the place that you've never seen a Hamid in these lands before.
And the howl says through your mind, these lands have not seen men. Men do not exist here. The one that you're looking for, he knew not men here. So why would there be men here?
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Hold second, wise spirit. Perhaps another form is much more pleasing. Alan's going to go ahead and take his time to shift through his various forms from Hamid to Glabro to Krinos to Hispel all the way to Lupus.
Mm-hmm.
Better?
The owl just, well, fluff its feather as he says, appearance doesn't matter here. This was just to help you understand that here, well, you're not supposed to be here. You're looking for one of my chosen, one of my descendant, or at least one who bears blood with my spirits.
Am I right to assume that I'm talking to the spirit itself, wise spirit?
Things are different in dreams. Maybe I am the spirit. Maybe I am the dreamer. Things are different in this place. But for now, you can think of me as, well, the dreamer has a strong link to my species, to my brood. So I will help you find him, as I know that, well, since you didn't do anything wrong with his past self, you can actually, you might be of good use in this place. He is attacked by dreams lately. Dreams that plagues all those that are in the sept.
I am one of Unicorn's brood, and I have been plagued by these nightmares most recently. I'd like to talk to the dreamer and see if we can't compare notes.
Very well. And the owl just flies off and arrives near the puddle of blood. And it puts its beak in the water of the blood, and the bones disappear, and there is only the image of the mirror. You will find him if you go through.
And Alan goes ahead and thanks the spirit, hops into the mirror.
And you arrive in a dark cave, but it's it's actually, well, as a picture, it's illuminate, and you can see the shape in the background of this cave as the shadows are projected in its light. It's, well, it's one of the wolves.
So there is currently a shadow of a wolf being projected on that cave wall.
A little bit far away. A little bit far away. You would have to go through a little bit through the water, but you would get there without any difficulty.
All right. Anything behind me?
No, nothing.
All right, fair enough. Alan's gonna go ahead and start to tread the water towards the other end of the cave, try to find the source of the projection.
And you as you arrive, you see that, well, it's Kotori. He is in the cave, sitting, looking at the lights that surround the caves, absent-minded, as he seems tired of probably, well, something that Alan might understand why he would feel tired, as he most certainly feels the same problem.
Alan splashes in the water until he gets to the other shore. Thinks back to himself. Let's see if I'm actually able to do this. I think it'd be more proper to make a roll of it. Oh yeah.
like a boss.
Dove spirits. Dream
Like
dove spirits all around Alan at the moment. His lupus form. I'm gonna go ahead and start to flock around.
As this catch the attention of Kotori. Basically, are you making like your some kind of entrance with like dove spirits, or are the dove spirits, taking you and flying off with you as you're like being transported by those?
What would be the most funnier?
I think the second one, like the lupus being transported like a body bag by the dove spirit, like.
Then let's do that. Alan meant to make the flashy entrance, but apparently the dream birds and the doves are like, no, pick you up out of the water. Like, flap, 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 and just pretty much deposit Alan in front of Kotori.
As Kotori sees you arriving, he first looks very puzzled as he sees those dove spirit transporting this lupus, and as he sees that they drop him, he, well, not meaningfully but still unceremoniously, he changed the umbra where the dreamscape where he arrives, and yeah, it's fluffy where he lands.
So pretty much the Dr. Mega's couch.
If you want. Dr. Mega's couch, yeah, let's make it.
The lupus form of Alan goes ahead and is sitting on the Dream version of Dr. Mega's couch. He looks over at the Kotori and so he says, how do you do?
Well, he's kind of baffled by this whole situation, because last time he checked, he was alone in his dream. Are you a fragment of my imagination? Because you don't seems to be. I mean, I like you, but not that much. to
Alan starts
you.
to go ahead and lay about the couch very, very seductively. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, it's definitely you. That's not a dream.
Okay.
So, well, I've got my ups and downs. Well, you know the current problem of the sept is affecting me, so, and I guess it's affecting you too, as Moonface has told me that she had restless dreams recently.
Mm-hmm. Gone ahead and reached out to your packmate Moonface, and she told me that she was suffering mostly the exact same nightmares. The tree, the hanging bodies, blood, just all that pain got to her just as much as it got to me.
It gets through all of you, through all of us. Right now, well, I suppose that I know why you're here. Smiles is going to have to forfeit his challenge.
I am sorry to hear that. What is the reason?
He's like me, he has a problem of his own. We are plagued by nightmares, both of us. Out of character, you might have seen a slight indication of what his nightmare might be, but he feels tormented more than he used to be, and he does not wish to be a burden for the pack, and fears that, well, not really for him, well, kind of. He doesn't want to snap and kill Dragos or kill a kinfolk. He is suffering right now. So he has decided that it's better to go to a place where he is happy for healing himself. So he will leave for he will go for Pangaea. He felt home there. And you can see that the dreamscape is actually slightly modifying itself as pretty much there are stalagmites inside the cave. I don't know if it's the right word because I'm using the French one, so I hope it's the same.
It is.
But pretty much, they were there as they were seemingly forming thieves inside this cave. And you can see that water is starting to pour. Like it's not raining, but it's kind of close.
It's trickling.
Yeah, it's trickling, and you can make an intelligence enigma.
Okay.
Let's make it fun.
Nope.
No. Okay. You don't really know how to interpret this. As Kotori continues, he says, so as he has to go, I still agreed to what he was saying, that there is a need for a lupus as den parent to help the Homid den parent.
Mm-hmm.
So for this challenge not to go in vain, I decided to take it upon me to take this challenge. I do not know if you wish it to change, but I thought that we needed to speak about it.
So this Kotori, Lieutenant Theard Fostern, you wish to challenge me in my position as Den Father because one of your pack has decided to go his own road. Is this so?
If I want to be honest, I wanted the position for a little while, but Smiles was very adamant about wanting this. I am not one to deny others what they wish. So I silenced my wish and continued my own path. But now that Smiles will not be able to do it, I think that I should follow my wants and and in the same time, well, make his wish come true through me.
You want to continue what Smiles started, that being teaching the young cubs about their lupus nature, about their wolf heart. Is this true?
Yes, but not just the kids, not just the cubs. Kinfolks, they do not understand lupuses. They have problems to even understand Hamid's Garu. I know that Sina, Bettina, and Leah ask lots of questions. They questions the way. So I believe that there is a need also for the kinfolk to understand the lupuses, for we are more different than Hamids, because we weren't born Hamids, and our bounds and our thinking is different. Just as, well, this whole, he thinks a little bit and he says this whole Bettina story eludes me, as lupuses do not work like that. This is, I think, example of why they need to understand that we do certain things. And I also think that even the Clears needs to understand, even if we are not Cubs, the fact that Brian didn't understand and at one point provoked me without knowing so. That Xavier at one point challenged without knowing it Dragos for dominance. Lots of people in this sept, not just Cubs, needs to understand lupuses. Otherwise, well, problems will erupt and anger, misunderstanding will continue.
I understand the need there for educating those who are ignorant about the lupus mindset. And you believe that as Din Father, you'd be able to provide this education to any and all who need it, or asked it.
If not me, then who? Dragos?
When you go ahead and say, if not me, who, you realize that the other end of that cave, at the other end of that mindset between two consciousness, that there is an ending to that statement coming right from Alan. If not me, who? If not now, when?
It's out of character. It eludes me. Like, okay.
You notice that at this point, Alan is sort of smiling because apparently he agrees with that sort of mindset. Okay. Fair enough. So you are officially challenging me in my position. The challenge that I gave to Smiles in front of the Master of Challenges contemplates the mercy, it was to obtain a Hamid ID, a valid Hamid ID from the DMV. This was to test Smiles' ability to adapt, to be able to camouflage himself within Hamid society, as well as to control the inherent rage that builds inside us all.
Mhm.
I also gave it to him because, well, I thought it'd be educational for him to see how Hamids work. And I wanted to test out how he'd be able to teach protection of the veil. We
Mhm.
are creatures that are both wolf, both lupus, both Hamid, and both spirit.
Mhm.
So I wanted to see how well he'd be able to hide that nature amongst the population. Yukatori, since it is since it was your Pac-Man, since you also have the same mindset, the same wants, the same needs, the same philosophy, and since I am still in the position, the Master of Challenges not being here, I still think that the challenge is valid. For you, at least.
Mhm.
You are a lupus. You come from the lupus culture. You come from what I hear, the same culture that Smiles does. So if you're able to
Mhm.
teach me, to tell me, to show to me that you're able to produce this ID, to say I have camouflaged myself in front of the entire Hamid population, and I know how to keep the veil, this will be enough for me. I give you the same challenge I gave Smiles. Produce to me a valid Hamid ID from the DMV.
Mhm. What does DMV do exactly?
It is the Department of Motor Vehicles.
The cocktail on the side.
So,
What is why is place of river moving things, cars? Why is car places doing ID things?
well, basically those huge Weaver things that transport people
Mhm.
are both valuable
Mhm.
and very dangerous. So a
Yes.
long time ago, the good old U.S. of A decided to start up a department, a little knowledge base to record everybody that did have a vehicle and was allowed to drive said vehicle. You don't automatically get permission to drive a vehicle. You have to go through education so that you know the safe way to use the vehicle. Because if you do not know how to use the vehicle safely, you could crash and hurt yourself, probably a lot of people as well. This is
Mm.
just one reason. You, my good sir, do not need to get a driver's license, simply a valid ID. Do you remember the steps that I gave Smiles?
Mm. You mean things that he had to do?
Yes.
Mm. Yes. I. You asked him that he needs to read Hamid glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I told him that. So
Good.
I know that.
What
Mm.
else?
He thinks there was talks about going to places to use tree to use green trees to be on piece of to be on a piece of tree to say I live here and I give green things away to stay in the place where I go. This is yes, Dr. Mega's apartment. Yes, the den. To stay in the den, I have to give away green trees, and then they give me other tree thing to say yes, you give away green things. This is confusing.
I know it is a bit confusing, but at least you got the general gist, the idea. It's called the utility bill, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So you're able to secure that through Dr. Mega's residence. Excellent. What else?
Mm, mm. Uh, I must not greet people Lupus way. Um, there is things called space personal territory, but that is not part of talent. Uh, I do not remember the other parts, outside of maybe going there and try to act like a hermit to get ID. Don't know if
That's
I
basically.
miss.
If I remember correctly, that is the end of the challenge. Yes.
So, if I'm correct, all that I need is to go there and make it work.
Yes, that is true. Oh, one thing we did both forget. You needed a name, a Hamid name.
Oh, yes, yes. Hamid name. I have Hamid name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, I always had, but can't give name to pattern spider. Bad idea.
Yep.
So I chose name Ben Oniaka, means little wolf. Yes, symbolism.
I do like it. I do like it. One word of warning. Your photograph will be taken. Do you understand? Big flash of light and your image on a piece of paper.
Oh, like Emmett's with her phone. Yes, where he takes pictures.
Terrible, terrible pictures. And then he puts them on your Weaver device. And then you look at your Weaver device after he's done so, and there are just pictures and pictures and pictures of the most terrible things.
Oh,
Terrible
yes.
things.
He told me. There is thing that is dark and full of things. Strange. When I asked him if he said he wanted to put me in file of mating for native tribes, and I asked him if there were lupus kinfolk, and he says yes on in dark places. I do not understand, but I guess I don't want to.
Yeah, best you don't. Katori, one question. Well, actually, several questions. I need to ask you.
Several. Yes.
When I took the position of Den Father, and Night Eyes did take the position of Den Mother, we did so with the understanding that the pack would be able to lend us aid, and that not only the Den Father, but also the pack of the Den Father may be held responsible. Not in the official sense, but just providing a warm community for the new cub. Let me ask you, Katori. I have heard different things about the Hunters in the Lost. How is your pack doing?
Well, Seekers of Answer left without really give me answers. He told, I think he spoke with tribemates and then decided to leave. And Smile now is living for his reason. It means that now there is Moonface and me. And I talked with Xavier. He says he will come back. He wanted to come back, but I said, not until you talk with Black Unicorn. Because he said he feared judgment of his Sodom and thought himself unworthy, and that he disbanded his pack. So I told him that I won't accept him until he speaks to his totem to make his departure known and hear if indeed his totem was unsatisfied with him and learn from his mistakes, and so he can get up and change his road.
Katori, a pack of 2 is not a pack. You know this.
Yes, I know it. This is why I will also, well, he will come. He told me he will come. And I already talked. I need to talk with Grins and Smoke. Yes. But there is also the newcomer, Bukabaganzen, Lupus from the Wendigo. I know that pack of 2 is no pack. If no pack, then I will forfeit. I will forfeit position. Or I will find pack. But I do not wish to leave this pack to let it die, because if I let it disappear, then Smiles will have no place to come back.
Katori, how long have you had a pack? I understand that the Worm Raiders are already long and gone, but how long?
How long what? How long Worm Raiders existed?
How long Worm Raiders existed, and how long has the Hunters existed?
He thinks a little bit. Worm Raiders existed for 5 moon cycles, but debatable, could be said 4, considering withering from Andre's position. Hunters of a Loss will, at the end of this period of time, will be 2 moon cycles.
You, my dear Katori, are one Gavru who has tried to hold it together for so very, very, very long. And you notice the dove spirits start to flock around you.
Oh.
Do you despair your position?
What do you mean, despair my position?
You were once part of a very, very powerful pack within the sect. It was still powerful all the way up until its disbandment. But at least you shared pack mates from one transition of this pack to the other transition of this pack, to the Hunters of the Lost. And you have seen many, many Gairu come and go, some above you and some beneath you. But since you have gone on for more than 7 months, do you despair? Or do you see every new Gairu as a new opportunity?
I will not lie and say that clinging to hope sometimes is hard. I despair when I lose a packmate, when one's decided to leave, but I think that Smiles in the Night is the only true packmate where I feel ambivalent. I am sad that he goes, that he has to leave and leave me behind, just like everyone else has already done. But I know that he can be, if he can be happy for sometimes, then I am happy. I want him to be happy and cease to feel his suffering. And I know that when I know where to find him. So it's not like he's living, really. And I know that one day he will come back to me. For others, different reasons. Lewis fights the air. He went on his own, deciding that he wanted to fight the good fight on the seas. I do not regret his leaving. He was joyous, yes, but his reason for departure did not bother me. It was his choice, and we had good time and good memories. Andre was problematic, shadowed the pack. I regret that he's gone, but I think it was for the best, even if I think that he didn't use the right words. That he, rather than admitting his mistake and getting back into the pack, he chose to go alone, and he's still alone. His choice is his choice, and I will not question it anymore. He is gone from my pack, and I do not believe after what we all said, but I will accept him back. Unless circumstances change that fact. And for Xavier, I was sad and I despaired to see, even if you were then father at the time, I felt as if Xavier was always part of me, part of something that I lost. I saw some kind of kinship with him. And now he comes back to me. So, in all, I think that this experience will help me to let go. I think Smile's departure will force me to change how I see things. Things with Smiles are simple. He is there, I'm here, and I don't really need anyone else. As long as he was there, nothing else really mattered. But now that he is gone, I have to learn to let go of what I love, and those that I love, to let them go their separate way and learn to make their own paths. Even if I will regret if Xavier lives once again.
I do
It
not
will be
believe that he will do
choice.
so. I honestly don't. I see that kinship between you two. And the only reason he left in the first place was because he didn't feel that like the Worm Raiders were a safe place for him anymore. The Hunters and the Lost, an entirely different pack with an entirely different atmosphere. And Kotori, I have to admit, I have not lost as much as you in the terms of packmates. I have pretty much kept the same number and the same membership for ever since I have gotten to this set, except and right beside Alan's lupus form on the couch, there manifests a man, blonde hair, blue eyes, with a thick fucking German accent. Roll and rage. Only 2. Good for you. You notice that Alan is actually quite perturbed and quite fucking annoyed that you do not recognize the man to his side.
As Kotori just looks on the side and looks at Alan. Do you wish me to make a roll for lore?
No, he's going to go ahead and stare you right into your eyes, lupus to lupus, into your eyes, and simply say, Siegfried, get to Fenris, Philodox. Do you remember the name? Do you remember the Garu?
And he looks at you. He looks at you dead in the eye. As well, there is. He has been indeed not mentioning someone on purpose, and you can see that behind Kotori there's something that is forming a shadow that is rotting away as it is malign, ill, and breathes cold air as pretty much cold hand are surrounding Kotori, and that as the form emerged from the shadow, it is a twisted form of Ben Rancho as his face is elongated with horns getting out of his skull, the skin on his face almost stretched to the point of breaking as it's breathing behind Kotori and looking at, well, the other reflection of a dream. I cannot forget blood. Because blood is part of who I am. It has always been. And it will never leave me. And you can see that around his mouth, his muzzle, around his paws, there is blood that is starting to drip, even as he keeps his mouth closed. And you can see that the ground has changed, and that you see the bones that you saw at the beginning of the dream, and you see that Kotori has changed. He has changed his form as he has come back to this smallest form, still dripping in blood, surrounded by bones.
And what of that one? That one you did not mention.
It is my burden to bear my mistakes, my packmate, my brother. I will have to hunt one, but I tried to make forget of his rage. I will have to hunt him down, tear his heart out, and show it to the moon and the nation to make amend for what he did, to apologize in a way that can never work, to speak a name that cannot be spoken outside of shame.
That is all I wanted, Katori. That is all I wanted. You'll see that the German, with his rib cage ripped entirely open, the blood seeping onto the carpet, he starts to slither away, actually. It's as if all the joints in his body are now very, very much rubbery and flexible. It is a weird, jerky, aberrant motions that go ahead and drag the Siegfried form back underneath the furniture of Dr. Omega's apartment. Underneath the couch, away it goes. That was a matter between our two packs. I do not bring it up because I want to stoke old flames. I brought it up because it is part of our history within this set. And I, for one, do not appreciate history being forgotten, even if it is harsh, even if it is shameful. It is still our history. And I do not hold it against you, Brother Katori. I never did.
Little brother, always angry. Little brother can never let go. Sometimes, little brother frightens me. I understand. I understand rightful vengeance. I understand the need for blood to be paid for those that wronged us. But I also know that the past brings death, sorrow, and despair. Even if there are bright sides, one should never forget. One, it is funny, don't you think? Past can be joyous and needs to be remembered, but living in present, people tend to forget present.
People so involved with the past with all those heroes and legends that we praise, proclaim, that we forget the current situation, and wallow in victories that are small, when we ought to be fighting for bigger victories.
True. As you talk, the crooked and deformed figure of Ben Rancho is fading away in the wind, and the bones start to come back to what they were, stalagmites and stalactites. And there is actually another shadow that arrives near Kotori. It is a black wolf cub that comes and grabs the tail of Kotori and starts to drags him away, whining and dragging him further away in the cave, saying, "Come play. Brother needs comes to play. Brother needs comes to play. White Paws. White Paws wants to play." And as Kotori is dragged by this dream manifestation, he just looks at Alan and says, I will see you on the other side when I wake up or when you arrive on set, and we will discuss. For now, I will stay in the past and think of better days.
When you do go ahead and wake up, when you do return to the present, know that there will be white wings of comfort for you.
And as Kotori wakes up for a new day, I think that we can call this very interesting and enigmatic and dreamy session to an end. And I thank you, player, for playing, watcher for watching, and we will see you next time.